So I'm going to use the juicing strainer, but this time we're not making juice, I'm going to make a nut milk. And this one I'm calling moon milk. All right, let me get the ingredients. Okay, have a look at these ingredients here. So of course, you can make a nut milk in all of the Kuvings juices. You just use the juicing strainer. You don't need any extra accessories, just the juicing strainer. And you can make cashew nut milk, almond milk, macadamia milk, Brazil nut milk, whatever it is, your flavour of milk that you like, you can do in a Kuvings cold press juicer. Today, I'm going to use cashew nuts. I think they look a little bit like half moons, don't they? I've got some dates here, and I've got some beautiful pomegranate seeds. Now, why do I call this one a moon milk? The reason is because it's here to help you sleep at night. Before bed, you can make this juice recipe and it'll help you get a great night's sleep. Let me show you how simple and easy it is to make. I'll grab my jugs, pop them underneath, turn the machine on. So we're going to make the cashew nut milk first. Easy to make any nut milk in the juicer. We just put a handful of nuts, a little bit of water, and a little bit of date. Now I've used medjool dates here. Make sure, please, that you remove that hard seed that sits in the middle, because we don't want that going through the juicer. It's going to not be good. So again, just alternating cashews, water, and a little bit of sweetener. You don't have to use dates. Dates will just sweeten that cashew nut milk up a little bit for this recipe. You could use some maple syrup. You could even use some sweet fruit like a pear. I often use a pear when I'm sweetening a nut milk. And you can see in the juicer there, in the belly of the machine, it's squeezing the nuts. The water is mixing with the nuts and making a lovely nut milk. What's coming out on the side here? Have a look. That's the meal. Okay, so we could use that in some cooking. Certainly if it was almonds, you could use that as for almond meal if you're making your own nut milk, almond milk. Last little bit going in here now. And then I'm going to release it just to show you first the cashew nut milk. And then the seeds of the pomegranate. Now I've got a whole pomegranate here. With the pomegranate, we just cut it in half, right? Then squeeze the top, squeeze that half over a bowl, and then grab the spoon, and on the back of the pomegranate, just hit the top, the shell of the pomegranate, and the seeds will drop out into the bowl. If you get a little bit of the white, that little bit of white pith from the pomegranate, that's okay, it'll easily go through the juicer. So pouring that in, the juice, the seeds, everything, get it all in there. And I've saved a little bit of water for the end so that we can just wash those seeds through, because they're only little, to make sure they get squeezed through the juicer. Now with pomegranate seeds, when you buy pomegranate juice in the shops, they actually only juice the red fleshy part that's on the outside of the seed. They don't juice the seed. When you're doing it in your cold press juicer, have a look at this. It's also crushing the seed, and you're extracting that nutrient benefit that's inside. That's real good medicine in there. Inside the seed of the pomegranate is also going into our recipe. So that's why I love juicing pomegranates. Now, what have I got here? We've got a glass here. Let me just put this aside and show you the colour. Look at that. Amazing. It's like lavender, isn't it? Which of course is Very relaxing, very calming. This will be a lovely recipe to make at night. That's why we call it moon milk, helping you sleep. Let me try. You know, pomegranates, they're not that sweet, but they got a really burst of flavour that comes through, and I do like cashew nut milk as well. So that's another great recipe that you can use your cold press juicer for. You don't just have to make juice, you can make some nut milks and flavour them with fruits, with vegetables, and have some of the healthiest flavoured milk that you can drink.